Well, let's talk about why I never went to college. People ask me why I don't go to college. Good question. Because here's the deal: to go to college, go to university is kind of the difference between university and going to an asylum. Get out of university, get out of an asylum. Because to get out of university, you gotta gain improvement. But to get out of an asylum, you gotta show improvement. Ain't nobody telling this thing at all. This is all. I find it the same way. It's like if I go to a, it's like if I'm a university student going to visit a guy in the asylum to do a school report. Basically, and the guy comes up to me and says, "Are you a prison guard?" I said, "Who's asking?" And he comes up to me and said, I get all improvement. I get all improvement. I've been here for 20 years. Let me out." And he said, okay, you getting improvement? Okay, answer me this. Okay. And I say to him, what was the last college professor you know that ended up in an asylum for being smart? And then that guy that's sitting puzzled and says, "Who's asking? Who's asking?" I said, the superintendent. And the guy says back to me, "What?" Listen to me. Do you know? I don't know a professor that went in here. Then why are you here? Why are you here? Is that important? No, get back in the cell. Does anyone learn their history? I ain't never learned history when I was in college because I never been to college. Like if I was in my door and a woman would come up to me and said, "Hey, how's your history paper coming along?" I'd say, "Hey, it's great, awesome." Well, it wasn't awesome, but my professor suggested that I should go. That I should use the internet for my research. And the guy's like, "Hey, what'd you find?" And I said, "A lot. I found out 17 people who sell research. And I said, "What up? Best $1,000 I ever spent." And the guy said, "Who sold it to you?" And I said, "I made a deal with the devil." Which goes? Do you know what reason I never went to school? Simple. Three reasons why. The one let me read. I couldn't read. I couldn't write. But above all, I couldn't talk. I mean, honestly, like if I could talk, I raise my hand and say, "Teacher, answer me a question, will you?" She said, "Yes." And then I would say, why exactly? I know exactly the true reason why King Arthur was so important in history. Why? You say, do I have how I had those Knights of the Round Table? Yeah, I guess I do. Well, simple. Because one very important knight stood out, and get a nice name. Without them, we wouldn't have all the stuff we have today. What was that? Okay, first of all, why do we have the Knights of the Round Table? The name was given because there were knights and the table was round. Yeah, we know that. But who made the table? Who made that? Then afterward, that's to kind of have to explain. I basically I enjoyed it because I gave me and Billy Boyd time to play poker and still got those $50. $50 to take from me when my king fell. When he took my king from me. Then after some time, that's how she came up with the answer and said, because Then basically stood my ground and said, "Don't you ever watch TV?" And she said, "Why?" "Because I know exactly how they got the name." Okay, how to have it. Easy. You know how the knights like King Arthur, Sir Bedivere, Galahad, Lancelot? But there was one very special knight who stood out of this. This one very knight saw the history. He was not in the history because he never made history, but he should have made history because he gave us the Knights of the Round Table. He's the reason they came into being. And she asks, "What's his name?" Name. Easy. His name was, and I quoted, "I dubbed thee Circumference, creator of the Knights of the Round Table." If I ain't going to school, before you get to school, here's one thing to always avoid. Simply this. Teacher, Mrs. Boop, would you punish me for something I didn't do, even if it was the worst thing in the world? And she said, "No, that wouldn't be plausible. possible. Oh, thank you! I am so... and she called on my son and said, why? Why? Simple. I didn't do my homework! I'm free! Here's a list of dumb exam. Here's a list of the most dumbest exam papers that you should wear. You should put on a test. So, how much school is polluting your brain? P.S. If it's only worked on me, and go ahead and try if you want. I assume you'll be kicked out within 3 days tops. Okay, first of all, say important election is important so we can have a leader every 2 terms. Correct? Wrong. Why is election important? Simple. Because elections are very important because without election, man can't have proper sex. I want to tell you guys a funny story about an old school mishap. That makes you further think that there's no reason to hate school. A friend of mine came home afterwards and spoke to his parents sternly. He said, Mom, Dad, my principal wants to see you tomorrow night. And I say, why? You're such a good student. You have A in your math class. You have B plus in your math class. You have A pluses in social studies. You have B pluses in science. You're a good student. You love everyone. What do you want to see us for? And he said, they hate you. I said, what? I said, they want to see you tomorrow because they hate you. Because, see this last test? And I hope a test with a D on it. I flunked it. Do you know why I flunked it? Because you deprived me of sleep for the past few weeks. Do you know why? Because you wrote all the tests. Because you wrote the answers for me. Well, it's out for me. How so? He said. I asked my dad. Because he wanted to challenge me and said I wasn't trying enough, even though I'm pretty much the most geekiest student in the entire class. And basically, the teacher hit you. He basically said to me, "Say your parent." And the principal said to me, "Say your dad right. Say either your mom or dad down here right away. Otherwise, I'm going to suspend them." And they asked me, "Why would he suspend me? I'm your dad." Yes. Be my man. Here's no reason why you should hate school. University, for example. Practically because your brain doesn't work all the time. You basically have to play Two-Face. Yeah, that's right. Two-Face. Shut up! Here's what happened. A friend of mine named Courtney Deno, she basically went to university one day to take an exam. And what basically happened was, she sat in the exam, and basically, she took the exam paper and ran through all the questions one by one and marked her answers. And basically, it was yes/no questions. So whenever she would flip a coin, she would basically, if it was heads for yes and tails for no. And basically, what happens is that half an hour later, the teacher came over to her and poked over her, and she had held over her like it was glued to the chair or the table. And he said, "Are you alright?" And she looked at him and said, "Oh yeah." She said, he said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Oh yeah. Oh yeah." He said, "Are you done?" And she said, "Yeah, I finished an hour ago. I'm just checking my answers."